Hello and welcome back. The Biden administration today approving a massive oil drilling project in Alaska. Naturally, it's angering people on both sides of the aisle. It is called the Willow Project. And when it's fully up and running, it will produce roughly 600 million barrels of oil every 30 years and emit nearly 280 million tons of carbon dioxide each year, killing us all. That's the equivalent of adding 50 million gas-powered cars to the roads, which has infuriated progressives because remember when President Biden said this, remember?
No more subsidies for fossil fuel industry, no more drilling on federal lands, no more drilling, including offshore, no ability for the oil industry to continue to drill, period. Ends.
Starts. Republicans are also salty because the project is much smaller than initially planned, like my prom night. And the Biden administration also announcing restrictions on other oil exploration in the Arctic. So is this just a way for Biden to win some centrist votes in time for 2024 if he runs for re-election? Because he's going to be 700 years old. Joining me now to discuss reason, Editor-in-Chief Katherine Mangu-Ward. Katherine, are you delighted about this? Are you upset that we're not going far enough? Where do you stand?
You know, I always do like to see progressives and environmentalists mad at Joe Biden, but I don't want to drill just to own the libs, right? I mean, this is you remember drill, baby, drill. You remember that. And, you know, I think, unfortunately, the fact that this is political at all is really the root of the error. I would love it if oil companies were able to drill where it was profitable, where it made sense, where you could extract oil and expect to sell it at a reasonable price in a free global market. We're very, very far from that. But I do think in this case, it's pretty clear. If we're coming to the end of the era of fossil fuels, which I have been told repeatedly, then let's go ahead and use some of that strategically reserved petroleum, right, Kennedy?
Yes, we've only got 4 years to live. So let's fuel our cars in the meantime until we die. But you have brought up a wonderful point, which is, you know, the president has the power to make sure no entity can drill or extract anything on federal lands. They have the power unilaterally to make those kind of decisions. But it makes you wonder, is there too much federal land?
Absolutely there is. And I think if you talk to folks from Western states, you will hear that. It's really a big deal out there. And of course, Alaska, the federal government just owns wide swaths of that great state. There's no reason for the federal government to be such a huge landholder. There may be certain strategic parcels. You know, I'm not saying auction off Yellowstone tomorrow, but I do think that there's maybe, but like not tomorrow. But I do think that there's, you know, the fact that we have in Alaska, this whole thing is, you know, on a lease system. And that means it's just always trapped in this political calculus. We are always in a situation where at the whim of the president, at the whim of a bunch of executive branch bureaucrats, or, you know, all other kinds of political forces, we wind up not being able to make reasonable economic decisions, which is what drilling oil should be.
And there should be a cost-benefit analysis, figuring out what we need to move our economy forward, to be prosperous. So, you know, maybe that will fuel the innovations that come 10, 20 years down the road. We are not there yet, but we don't have a coherent energy policy in this country. It's like windshield wipers. It goes Republican and Democrat, and Republican and Democrat. If libertarians were in charge, what would we see 20 years from now in terms of our energy extraction, consumption, and innovation?
I think if libertarians were in charge, we would admit that we can't see into the future in that way, that there isn't a single central planner who can say, oh, well, the exact right place to drill is 3 of the 5 Willow Project sites, right? Like, what a political weaselly compromise. Instead, you know, maybe that we'll get our flying cars. Maybe they're all wind powered. I don't know, Kennedy. The point is Joe Biden doesn't know either.
He doesn't know either. No one's talking about nuclear. I wish we would. That might be helpful. We could, you know, we could have nuclear plants all over the country and not have to worry about a damn thing. And we could tell China to piss up a rope, Katherine.
Sounds delightful.
Please join me in that. Please sign my pledge and go to my GoFundMe page. It is Let China Piss Up a Rope. You can find it on GoFundMe.com. It might not be there, but I have good intentions always. All right, well, Katherine, stay free.
I'll do my best.
It's becoming increasingly impossible, but with you on that wall, we're a little safer. Thank you.
Thank you.